It all started on the first day of the new school term when she, Hinako, walked into our classroom. Now, I know what you're thinking. Typical love story cliché. But let me assure you, clichés exist for a reason, and when Hinako entered that room, everything else faded into the background. Before I get into the juicy details, let's not forget the YouTube generation's mantra. Please like and subscribe. Now, where were we? Ah yes, Hinako. Her beauty was something out of a dream. She had a grace about her that made even the clumsiest of people, yours truly included, want to be a little more elegant in her presence. Her eyes sparkled like the stars on a clear night, and her smile was so infectious that even the grumpiest teacher couldn't help but crack a grin. But let's not dwell on my endless admiration for Hinako's physical attributes, though I could talk about them all day. What truly made her captivating was her personality. She had this effortless charm, a way of making everyone around her feel comfortable and welcomed. In the beginning, I was content to be an admirer from afar, appreciating the sight of her and the occasional sound of her laughter. You see, I had a secret weapon, humor. Or at least, I liked to think I did. So one day, I decided to break the ice. Or rather, I attempted to melt it with a classic one-liner. With a deep breath and a whole lot of courage, I strolled up to Hinako. "Hey, did it hurt?" I asked, pretending to look concerned. "When you fell from heaven, I mean." I know, cheesy, right? I cringed inwardly as I waited for her reaction. She paused, looked at me with those twinkling eyes, and then burst into laughter. I'd like to think it was a good kind of laughter, not the "you're ridiculous" kind. From that moment, something changed. We started talking more about classes, hobbies, and dreams. Hinako had a fascination with astronomy, and I soon found myself attending stargazing events with her. There's something incredibly romantic about lying on a blanket under a sky full of stars, even if you're just busy trying to find the Big Dipper. Our friendship blossomed, and I was on cloud nine. Our conversations felt like an intricate dance filled with laughter, shared secrets, and the occasional awkward stumble. And as for my secret weapon, humor, it seemed to be doing its job because Hinako's laughter became my favorite melody. One sunny afternoon, when the butterflies in my stomach turned into a full-blown butterfly circus, I decided it was time to confess my feelings. I needed more than just friendship. I needed to be honest with Hinako about how I felt. So, on a day when the sun was particularly bright, I mustered all my courage and asked her to meet me by our favorite cherry blossom tree. It had become our spot, a place where we had shared countless stories and stolen glances. When she arrived, I took a deep breath, my heart drumming in my chest like an over-enthusiastic percussionist. "Hinako," I began, "I want you to know that you've become incredibly important to me. You've filled my days with joy and my heart with warmth. I've fallen for you, Hinako, and I can't imagine my life without you." Her eyes, the most beautiful eyes in the world, widened in surprise. I could see 1,000 thoughts racing through her mind as she processed my confession. Was I about to make things incredibly awkward? Or had I managed to convey my feelings in a way that made sense? And then, with a gentle smile that could melt even the iciest of hearts, she replied, "You know what? I've been feeling the same way." I couldn't believe my ears. Had she really just said that? I didn't need any more confirmation than that. Our laughter filled the air as we stood there, two people who had taken the leap from friendship to something more. So, there we were, Hinako and I, hand in hand under the cherry blossom tree. We had gone from strangers to friends, and now we were on the brink of something even more beautiful. Love. So, if there's a lesson to be learned from my story, it's this. Don't be afraid to take a chance, to make a cheesy joke, or to confess your feelings. Because sometimes the universe has a funny way of bringing two people together, even if it takes a little humor and a lot of courage to make it happen.